Oh, this is the station from the beginning of the game. Yeah, they were not going to see him. Muramasa, you still didn't like talk to him about that? Oh, Kagaki protected him. Never mind, it's Muramasa. Cannot find another purpose in his life. She need to find a new reason to go on. Wow, Kagaki is so wasted. Anyway, seekers are ready. Come on, Kagaki, you can do this. You can fight this. Don't do that to her. It feels like this is some kind of like delusion you have. Never heard Kagaki like this. This whole thing just messed him up so much. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Muramasa. So, I don't know how I do the playlist for this thing now, because we did prologue, we finished Conqueror Road. I don't know what will happen with this playlist. Anyway, I want to like tell you like a bit about what happened like under like previous episodes. So when I'm recording this, I got a warning on Discord actually from you guys that when I see the puzzle next time, I should use the guide. Yeah, the muff puzzle 2 episodes ago. So yeah. Also, I want to tell you about the comments under the time travel, because that's the thing I can relate to right now. So there's like a lot of like theories about like what the time travel was, about Ayana and stuff. So I didn't thought about this before, but it's like a really cool idea. I think that if this is like if Kagaki got like into the future and somehow Ichijo ended up on the hero road, basically, so her fate didn't change, then she didn't react to Kagaki because she thought it's the illusion that she always see behind her. That's like a really good touch. I really like that theory. Also, thank you for letting me know that the person, the Sayo that we saw in the past was actually Sayo, probably, because her Tsurugi is most likely like you know, sucking like life force or something and make her like eternally young and stuff. So that was actually Sayo. Holy shit. So yeah, I guess like her Tsurugi is just like constantly draining her life force or something and make her to like, and it like keep her like old or something, but when she like drink blood, basically she reforms into like her prime and stuff. Maybe that's the case. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you liked the previous episodes. I hope you like this one. And I think we can start the episode and go, because we last time ended in the place where, yep, this is the place where I think is grave of Kagaki. So let's go to the episode, but before that I want to give also the special thanks to my channel members. Thank you for supporting me, thank you for being with me, and to find me worthy. And yeah, let's go. After I finish the renovation and stuff, I need to like actually upgrade things, because I cannot like change right now anything like with my current setup, because I have like a lot of like stuff going on around at home. But after I move, I can do some stuff like make room, like some more like soundproof and stuff and everything. So yeah, that would be good. So let's go. Muramasa at Kagaki's grave, probably. Never mind, he's alive. Way to start the episode, holy shit. How are you alive? What? What is this? Wait, so... Okay. When is this? Is it before the epilogue? In epilogue, Kagaki must be dead, right? Ichijo is warlord. We didn't saw actually Ichijo, so... Maybe Kagaki? Then? Okay, so my new theory is that they are on Hikaru grave. Also, I hope recording is fine. I really hope so. Oh, this is not the story of heroes. This is the story of Full Metal Daemon Muramasa. Wow. Guys, I'm stitching this to the previous episode. I'm stitching this to the previous episode, the demon. I'm stitching this together. I swear to God. Oh my God. I ended just... Oh my God, this is such a mess. I ended right before the end screen. What the fuck? So this is where officially Muramasa Road ends, I guess? Anyway, let's continue. I will somehow cut this. Probably, I don't even know. The world is burning. Through that eldritch star no longer shines the flames of conflict, fed by its song rage and without cease. Oh. I guess so, because the conflict already started. The wind howls, the sky trembles, the earth rots beneath our feet. Men kill men, and are killed by men in turn. The mountain of corpses grow even higher. Oh, this is the station from the beginning of the game. And in the midst of this, of it all, I'm still alive. Yeah, how? You literally pierced yourself and crashed with Kinseigo. You want... Yeah, exactly. Thank you for bringing this up. Why? I stabbed myself through the heart. Yeah. I thought like more like... I don't remember what I thought. It's been a while since I recorded actually. Maybe it was like mentioned about heart. Now I think about like he probably like stabbed his stomach or something, but maybe it was heart. I felt the life depart my body, and yet my soul arose from the darkness into the world where everything had ended. Muramasa says that Hikaru may have saved me with the last of her power. Power of the gravity always is OP. Gravity power. I have no proof, but how else to explain it? The question then is why? Why save me? It is only recently that I have started to wonder. In the early days, I simply accepted it, even welcomed the future that I still possessed. For there was the promise that had been made to me on which I could now collect. So I approached the Commissioner and His Highness, the Prince, and beseeched them to execute me for my crimes, as they swore to do when this all began. Yeah, this is what he wanted before in the previous roads. And I think it was in... Where did he learn that they will not execute him? I think it was Nemesis, yeah, because he accepted like basically execution for authority because of that, yeah. My suffering, my death, would be justice for those I had slain. And that justice my victims were denied. The man who promised to see it down, while all know the deep of my guilt, have ignored them solemn duty to send me to the noose. Rest now was all they would say to the first few times I went before them to beg. Now my requests for audience are simply denied. Just this morning, I knelt at the gates of Kenchoji and was gently rebuked by the young lay priest. My patrons have grown too busy, he said. They will see me when matter permit. Yeah, they will not going to see him. And so, I go on living. Why? The question grows, buzzing my brain, as I wander aimlessly the streets of Kamakura. Why I'm still alive? Muramasa, you need to tell him what... What the other guy said to you? What was his name? Tadayasu. You need to let him know that he should be alive in order to make the lives or the ones who he slain have a like meaning and matter. Muramasa, you still didn't like talk to him about that? All that surviving has given me is time to consider my regrets. I think it's like a mistake in the like translation, I think. All that surviving has given me is time to consider my regrets. Is? Okay. I killed Hikaru, the one person I had sworn to protect, whose happiness was supposed to mean more to me than anything. And I killed her. Why? Was there truly no other way? And if not, then why did I wait so long? Because I failed to act. So many have died. So many more are dying right now. In the world shaped by Hikaru's dream. If I had killed her 2 years ago, none of this would have happened. Yeah, I can see why you have regrets about that. You waited too long. Regret. There's only one regret. Okay, there's Rokuhara soldier, so Rokuhara still exists. Rokuhara didn't like broke. Okay. I know, regret is fruitless. Instead, I should work to correct my mistakes, to bring order to chaos, what Hikaru and I wrought. But how? How do I stop thousands of conflicts, great and small? Do I pick sides, decide who's right, then destroy their enemies in virtue's name? Nonsense! What difference does it make? Who I believe is right. And every enemy is someone's friend, and every evil someone's good. Yep, the law of balance. He knows it here on this road as well, just like he learned in the hero road. Thus, all might obeys the law of balance. Knowing this, will I go into battle claiming my cause is just? How can I? I've had my fill of self-righteousness, and the victory of one side's justice only sets the stage for the next conflict. And next. Is there another way then? Should I walk the battlefield, pleading for peace, with only my words and conviction as weapons? Yes, that's righteous path. But is it path that I can walk? One must have virtue to do virtuous deeds. I have fought and killed. What gives me the right to say stop the fighting and killing? Will anyone listen when I reached out with hands covered in blood? Okay, I'm starting to feeling that this is happening before the epilogue. This is happening in the timeline before the island and like basically warlord stuff happens. So if Kagaki is still alive, then probably he's the warlord then, because Muramasa and stuff. Probably in the law of balance. So it's not like Ichijo is doing what she did in the hero road. It's like actually Kagaki doing Kagaki things. No, they will greet me with a scorn, and I would deserve it for insulting them so. Where does that leave me? Nowhere? Nowhere. I can only kill and destroy pieces beyond my power. And so I live, unable to pay for the lives I've taken, unable to end the suffering I unleashed. Why? Wait. Raicho is alive. And now he's dead. Wait, what? Oh, Kagaki protected him. He's so trying to die. Oh my god. I guess dying in like protecting someone, I guess that will give him some kind of peace of mind at the end. Damn. Why am I alive? Okay, maybe he didn't jump actually in front. Kagaki has been gone since morning. I know from experience that the day will have turned before he finds his way home. Okay, will there be small Ichijo? Because this room is where Ichijo and Kagaki were before. This is the background. And if there is small Ichijo, then that means there's a lot of time skip between this scene and the epilogue. In the beginning, I would follow as he wandered to a city, grinding away the hours as if prizing them from his flesh. Every step he took seems to reaffirm that indeed his existence was meaningless. Not anymore. Now I wait. Never mind, Muramasa. I'm so wrong on this episode. I started by putting this episode... Oh my god, I don't even know how I will like put this thing like together. I literally don't know. You may have like weird cuts and like fade outs during the episodes recently. We'll see. So I'm sorry about like not giving like you welcome speech and goodbye speech, if that's the case. His existence was meaningless, not anymore. Why Muramasa thinks that his existence was meaningless and now it's not? It's literally the opposite of Kagaki thinks. Like his whole existence was about Hikaru. And now Hikaru is gone, so he have nothing left to live for. At least that's what he thinks so. Like he cannot find another purpose in his life. I sighed drops from my lips. It lands with a heavier sound than I expected. I look up for a moment, anticipating a reproach. Muramasa, come on, you need to like... I don't know. Tell him that you love him and be with him and stuff. That might be like the least toxic relationship in Muramasa if you do that. Because every other relationship is pretty much toxic. I think like the least toxic is... Which one? Probably Chachamaru somehow? Maybe? Like in second half? Ichijo is like... toxic? It's like tragic love. I guess. Because they like have like actual like feeling for each other. But like... it's tragic. Also Ichijo had like the best age scene out of like all heroines. I need not have worried. I can cite all I like, even rage and rail, and no one will so much as lift a disapproving eyebrow. The house is empty, but for me, it is always as when Kagaki is gone. Supposedly it belongs to his father, but I have never once seen the man here, and his housekeeper, a woman by the name of Makimura, is away on personal business. When was she last here? I can't remember. It should be easy enough to recall, even if she rather like a shadow. Even since the final battle with Ginseigo, my mental heart, my Shingana has lost much of its luster. Oh, interesting. She lost like her powers. At last, the purpose that sustained it for 5 long centuries is gone. Interesting. Did her like lifespan just like got shorter? Because her mother died, like Ginseigo is defeated? Because we know that, yeah, it can be the case. Because we know that each Tsurugi is made for a purpose. If that purpose is gone, it's like, there's like no meaning for our existence anymore. The whole meaning for Muramasa was to defeat Ginseigo, to protect Ward from Ginseigo, and now she's gone. I didn't thought about this. 500 years. Not so long, perhaps. When you spend most of them in slumber. These past 2 years, we fought enough to feel 100 lifetimes. So many meetings and partings. So many battles. So much death. And yet it all seems far away. Perhaps I'm dying. As Tsurugi do, and I have no reason to go. Yeah, that's what I thought. But we saw in the epilogue that... I mean, we didn't saw Muramasa actually in the epilogue. We just know that there's like gravity stuff going on around. So either she somehow survives? I guess there is a way for her to survive. She needs to find a new reason to go on. I wonder if you can do that for Tsurugi. I wonder if you can give Tsurugi another reason after they were like smithed. I wonder. No, one thing has not lost its edge. As the Tsurugi, part of me rusts away. Shriveled organs once shaped of flesh swell and pulse with new life. Wait, that new life has a focus and that focus has a name. Wait. Is she pregnant? I don't know, that's not it, right? That's not it. Kageaki, my master. He's not a Tsurugi. Even absent purpose, his heart goes on beating. It keeps him alive. Forces him to live in the hell of the feudal guild. This isn't what I wanted. Yes, I wanted him to live, but not so he could suffer. Should I be happy that he hasn't killed himself? How can I be when the only reason he doesn't is that it would give him relief? Suicide would be an escape from his burdens. And Kageaki will never allow himself that. Yeah, that's why he wants like someone else to do that. That's why like he thanked Otori for wanting to do that for him and like everything. Also, he said it himself. He's actually scared of death. It's not like he's like suicidal. He still like wants to live, but he's afraid. He know like he wants to face punishment as death, but he don't want to actually die. You know, it's like very... I guess it's like very human-like from Kageaki. Like, he's actually scared of death. It's not like he's like, yeah, I'm done, just kill me. So no, I don't want him to die. How is that any different? If his wounds continue to faster, they will eventually consume him. His soul will die, and that is the same as losing the flesh which contains it. Okay, one thing I know. Maybe he no longer needs my power. But I will be damned if I go to my rest leaving him like this. Yeah. You need to do something. What will you do? Like, you need to like, actually like, I don't know. Make his life full again. Because it's empty right now. You have no purpose. Just like you. You need to like find purpose for each other. When night finds me, I'm busy trying to drown the Sahara Desert. I fill my cup for the dozenth time, then empty it down my throat. The liquor has no taste or texture, just a weight that settles like lead in my guilt. One more. Okay, Muramasa has gone somewhere, it seems. Because it's just Kageaki. Where did she go? It sounds like she had like some kind of like plan. Like I will be damned if like I will leave him like this, something like that. This is foolishness. Why drink if I cannot enjoy the taste? If it will not even bring me solace. I wonder if Kanaya is alive. Indeed, the drink is utterly powerless. Whenever to leave my spirits or dull them enough that I can sleep. Muramasa should like bring him like, I don't know, Ichijo if she's adult already, Kanae if she's like alive. I guess these people want to murder Kagaki, but still, maybe they can like drink together and stuff. I don't know if that would help, but it's always better to drink with someone else, like to have fun and talk. This cap has no meaning, no purpose, no worth. This cap is me. One more. Oh, Muramasa is here actually. She's just looking at him, just getting like drunk each night, I guess. Wow, Kagaki is so wasted. I ignore Muramasa's stare and continue my work. I have never been much of a drinker. Still, there was a time I knew how to enjoy a drink. My mother taught me, as she taught me to smoke, and though I never grasped the appeal of tobacco, liquor, as it is said to do, over time made a place for itself in my tongue. I no longer recall how to find that place. Each sip is worse than the last. To think that something tasteless could be so revolting. One more. Does have the effect. This poison. It summons the greater poison that dwells inside of me. The memories, the faces, they dance before me. An endless parade of lives I have taken, oh my god. The drink's just tormenting him even more. Oh my god. Like, he can't go like that. He cannot go like that anymore. Like, if it goes on, like, he will just, like, go crazy and he will just, like, end his life, I guess. When he's drunk. He will not be able to, like, bear it anymore. I am murderer. My crimes are unforgivable. But no one will punish me for them. And so I go on living. Living to do what? To make amends? No, I can do nothing. What good am I? What am I? Why am I allowed to exist? One more. The liquor sides down my throat. Corrosive tendrils embracing my organs. I hear them rotting. One more. One more. One. The torment has stopped. I cannot leave my cup. Oh my god, he's totally wasted now. Now he will just like slam down and just sleep on the table. Hey, look! There's the hand on my arm. Oh, Muramasa stopped him. Good! Holy fuck, finally. Yeah, she's worried about you. Think about her.
Muramasa.
Wow. It's the first time when I hear Muramasa being so gentle. That's such a gentle voice of her. I don't think I ever heard Muramasa so, like, her voice to be like so troubled and so gentle and focused on someone. It's the first time. Like, she was worried about Kagaki before and stuff, but this is the first time I hear this tone of voice. Her tone is pleading. In her eyes, I see how sincerely she cares. Why? What's the point? She smiles when I let the cup go. I seize her wrist. In truth, I know there's only one thing that can save me. One thing in whose depths I can drown. It was never the drink. As this. Okay, I guess we missed scene with Muramasa. Great! Drunk Kageyaki is going to have his way with Muramasa. Oh my god. There's going to be like another like half Tsurugi child that will have like painful stuff going on around. Oh my god. Actually, maybe it will be just normal human because Kotetsu was like inside Kotetsu, like when she was born and stuff. So yeah, that was weird. Anyway, stickers are ready. I guess, not yet, but I will figure something out. Let's see, let's go. Okay, Muramasa, will you stop him or will you let him? It's the first time I'm going to see Muramasa in that kind of state, so... I bet she's beautiful. I mean, we can see she's beautiful. But what's under? The body beneath me is warmer than a Tsurugi has any right to be. Softer too, and that I cannot blame on the alcohol hitting my core. Yeah, like... I kinda hope that we won't have that, we will not have that scene actually. Because it's just Kageyaki being drunk and trying to change his focus on something else that will just like relieve him from his like torment, basically. So I really hope that actually that will not happen and I won't have to censor anything. I won't have to. I hope so. So we'll see. Maybe he will stop. He will like think about that. A ridiculous question. Obviously I'm preparing to rape Muramasa. Yeah, pretty much. She knows what's coming. I'm not fooling her. It's already much too late to turn back. So I don't. Okay, never mind, it's actually happening. Muramasa is not resisting, and she can. She's like Tsurugi. She can like easily just like probably push him out around and stuff. But she's like in distress and she cares actually about Kageyaki and she kind of accepted it, I guess. This is so... oh my god, I don't know what to think. I press my lips to her throat and give her a flick of my tongue. She jerks, as if I had shocked her with a prod. A slight overreaction, but that is all. She makes no attempt to escape, or to push me away. Not even through tears glisten in her eyes. It is as I suspected, as I knew from the outset, Muramasa will not reject me.
Yoshi.
Yeah, even Kageyaki, you must stop it. Like seriously, like he have like his thoughts now. He knows what he's doing. He shouldn't do. Come on, Kageyaki, you can do this. You can fight this. You can fight this. To take advantage of her like this, it is the act of the base, vile thing. And is that not why what I already am? What I have always been, for I was able to hide it? Why continue to futile charade? I'm a beast, a worm, a slug. I should act accordingly to my stature. Rot then, feast, wallow in your filth. Muramasa will accept you. Kageyaki, please just like restrain yourself for like one time. I want this to be lovely. Don't do that to her. Okay, seems like my... okay, I think it's over. Down to her lips. I take them and suck. It's not enough. I grip the back of her skull to form a tighter seal. Her tongue comes next, together with a generous helping of salvia. True? Bro, where our bodies touch. I feel her distress. And still, she remains obedient. Good. We'll descend into darkness together. I reached for her clothes. Okay, we are going... I will actually need stickers for that. Let's see. Will this be better scene that Ichijo had? Because Ichijo is like number one. It was like the most lovely one. The most like kind of pure one. Full of passion. But also tragic and terrible at the same time. Because Ichijo Road was very tragic. In terms of like relationship and like love stuff. It was like pure love, but like tragic. It was like very tragic love, basically. So, what will happen here? Will Muramasa be used just as the tool? Or Kageaki will like, I don't know, have some like mindset change or something. What will happen? I want this to be I want this to be good actually. I don't want this to be terrible. Please don't do nothing terrible to Muramasa. What's wrong? Why hesitate? Just take the plunge and fall forever. No one will stop me. No one will blame me. So long as I myself forgive the act. Oh my god, Kagaki. You are so... Okay, I will just read and I will see what will happen. Like, I don't know. Will he do it or not? God damn it. Kagaki. I can't predict you. You are in the state of mind that you could do both. You could stop yourself or you could continue. Like, it's like coin toss at this moment. Okay. Okay, so he just like stopped himself. He was like, I cannot do that to her, and he's like just like rage and like just like go outside screaming. Okay, that's fine. Whew, I don't need stickers. Good. Ah. I have to say Kageaki changed. Because he managed to stop like that, and he had the thoughts like that, you can say that Kageaki changed a lot after Hikaru's death. He don't have any more purpose. He thinks he don't have a purpose. And have nothing. He cannot like atone for his crimes, he thinks. Okay. No more, please, no more. No more of this, of me. The man's skin is too good for me, Kageaki. Let me be something else instead. A cat, a dog, an ant, a stone. Yes, a stone. A stone will do. Where is justice? Where's the law? I have offended grievously. Can't you see? Palm reader. Okay. This is, oh my god, this is so good. Think about this. At this station, we had Yuhi meeting with Kanaya and she was like pretending to be fortune teller. And now we have the same station with Kageaki, who killed Yuhi, and the palm reader, which is basically like a fortune teller. I like how they did that. I have killed so many. I have earned your wrath. Why won't you punish me? I'm here, take my head. Where is this mercy? Am I supposed to live and atone for my crimes? Many argue that it is wrong to put criminals to death, that they should be given the chance to take amends. I understand the logic, but what about a man who cannot set things right? Okay. Okay. Approaching crossroads. Interesting. Life. How do I atone for those lives? Not only those I ended myself, But those being lost right now because of what I failed to do. Oh wait! I just realized! Oh my god, wait. Maybe I will not cut the episodes. I just realized. The screen we had, the demon, it was the opening screen. It was not the ending screen. So this is basically like another road. So we ended Conqueror Road and we are like on the Demon Road or something. Is that a thing? I wonder. Maybe that will be like under playlist? How much of Muramasa is left? How many episodes? Is it like another whole road? No one told me about that. No. How can I think of atoning when I cannot even stop the bloodshed? At this very moment, I'm still killing. In Yamato, in Europe, all across the world. The blood of countless people is on my hands.
そうですか、そうでしょう。実は今すぐ近くで僕の先生が講演会を開いているんですよ。あなたも参加されれば悩みが解決するかもしれません。きっと解決します。参加料はたったの500円ですから。さあ、行きましょう。
500 then, okay. Nobody needs me. No one will punish me. Well, I am alive. Oh, we're back to Shogun Ward. This word is wrong.
今の世には災いが満ちている。戦争はいつまでも続き、犠牲者はひたすら増えてゆく。ついに天までもが狂い始めた。やがて大きな災害が起こるだろう。
Are they like just showing events from like different places, or this is some kind of like delusion that Kagaki has right now?
どうしてこのようなことになったのか。
Because of me. It's all my fault. It feels like this is some kind of like delusion you have right now. My fault, mine. Please do something. I mustn't be allowed to go on.
これはあなた方一人一人に責任がある。他人のせいにしてはいけない。あなたが今日の災いを招いてしまったのだ。
Yes, so tell me what I am to do.
あなた方の犯した間違いを教えよう。思い出していただきたい。あなた方は誰がこの国の主だと思っている？
Who rules this land?
そう、帝だ。
Okay.
しかし、あなた方の崇める金城の帝は偽物なのだ。500年前、南北朝の争いで南朝方が勝利し、今に至る高等の元となっている。だが、あの時、正統の朝廷は北朝であった。
Okay, we're talking about like war when there was like the previous Muramasas.
正しい高等が消え、誤った高等が建てられ、信州大和は汚れてしまった。その汚れが今、あまたの災いとなって我々を襲っているのだ。あなた方は大和国民として正しい道へ立ち戻らねばならない。誤った道を捨てなくてはならない。
The righteous path was the path that I've walked wrong. Is it not too late? Can I go back and set things right? And how far? Looking back, I see only mistakes. Every act I have taken seems wrong. And yet, every act was also necessary. Each mistake, derived inexorably from the mistake that came before. So basically, you need to go back to the very, very beginning. So where did it start? How far back must I go to prevent this?
正しい帝を崇めるのだ。それは誰あろう私である。
Last this.
この私、倉沢こそ北朝の末裔、倉沢正統帝なのである。
Kurosawa, who the fuck are you?
あなた方は京都の義弟を廃し、代わりに私を包帯しなくてはならない。北朝を復興するのだ。さすれば、私は大和に太平を与え、
I'm confused.
いつによって成し遂げるであろう。
I'm confused about what's happening. Maybe if they will not explain this, then you can let me know in the comments. What is happening right now? I'm not sure what is this.
なぜなら、陳は正しい帝、荒人の神なのだ。陳は神なのだ。ひれ伏せ、我が臣民よ。
Okay, you have like some like god issues. I'm fond of peace. A font of peace. Is that what it was? I have only met one god. Yeah. That was the long-awaited savior foretold. Here to cleanse mankind of its sins. What a slide have granted joy to the world, and all my crimes made everything right. But I destroyed it, yep. Is that what doomed the world? Then why? What's happening? What is the sequence? It's happening in his head, right? Like he was on like the train station and the like palm reader was like reading his palm. It must be in his head. He's like have like some imaginary dialogue now with like some random guy who claims to be the emperor and stuff. So this is basically his thought process of how to like go on, how to move on, if he can do this, when he made a mistake. Basically his like entire internal process of like processing stuff, basically.
北朝の帝位を奪還するため共に戦おう。神よ。さあ、他の者も何をしている？彼に続き我が手を取るのだ。偽りの帝を崇め続ける者は救われんぞ。神、お前が世界を救うために来たのなら。
Okay.
なんで俺ごときに殺された？神が。なんでだ？
Oh! So he's talking to like Konjin in his mind. So this is like his imagination of like human Konjin. Of the god of metal. Interesting! Okay.
あんた、右翼の人。救うならちゃんと救え。
Or what?
など踏み潰せばよかったろうが。貴様が真面目にやっていれば。待って、殺さないで。やめます。北朝正統でやっぱりやめます。退位して法に。
And he killed Konjin at the end. What's happening? I fling the god aside. Together with my rage, he flees, screaming into the night. It's too late now. God is dead. No one will erase my mistakes, or me. There's no hope left. Where is he? Why am I here? Yeah, definitely delusions. He's basically in the... when they were like going to like Rokuhara, basically. You know the tavern when they met with with the 10 great like warriors or however they were called. And when I told, remember that? I told back then that how I told like when they should how to pass the like Rokuhara stuff. Like they should just like be like waiter and waitress like in this like shop, and just like to not be suspicious basically. And it like never happened actually. They just went attacked and just like stomped out. Well, I'm here. Where even is this place? I know so little. My brain, I must have dropped it somewhere. Perhaps I should go looking. Okay, good one. No, it's done me no good. I'm better off without it. Basically, if you don't have a brain, you are in like Muga state. Where am I? I feel like I should recognize this place. I mean, not in Muga state. You know what I mean. It's like, never mind. I'm just like making some bullshit now, probably. And I'm out of water, god damn it. Perhaps that man will tell me. Wow. He really sounds brainless. And drunk as fuck. Never heard Kagaki like this. That's kind of scary.
お前ら、なんでこんな時間にうろうろしてやがるんだ？あ？やっぱり怪しい奴らだ。橋を壊しただけじゃ。
Horse face.
今度は何をやるつもりだった？違う。俺たちも怪しい奴がいないか見回ってたんだよ。橋を壊した奴が出てきたら捕まえようと思って。捕まるわけねえだろ。
Yeah, Kagaki have internal monologue. Okay, so that one is like explained. That's its internal monologue. So first he was thinking about God and his encounter and what he represented. I wonder what kind of like dialogue he have now about what.
だから本当に違うんだ。俺たちはやってない。しらじらしい。お前らでなけりゃ誰がやるんだよ。
Damn, he's occupied. And so are the dozen or so people around him. This won't do. I'm in the crossroads. The palm reader said, I need their help to decide whether to find my brain, or God, and my 500 yen. Okay. Without one or other, how will I ever restore the Northern Court?
道をお尋ねします。神か、脳みそか、ネアンか地獄へ。
Wow, I never heard Kageaki like that. He's so drunk.
ああ、自分でも結構です。あれです。自分探し。
Wow. To find myself. Okay. Yeah, find yourself. Find the reason to live. That's always a good thing. Never give up.
は？なんだよあんた。あ、酒くせえ。
Yep.
なぜでしょう。誰も酔ってはいないようですが。
Yeah, Kageaki. I wonder if like it's actually okay. Maybe I wonder. They make it like very weird, like the scene, because you can think that he actually like had the palm reading and he just like went his way, being still drunk, and he's just like actually physically walking, and he's just like, yep, stuff happening. I'm working. Yep, it's fine. Hi, where's my brain? Bloop. Or he's just delusional and he still stays in like one place on train station.
おい、誰だよ、こんな酔っ払い連れてきたのは。知らねえって勝手に寄ってきたんだろ。
Maybe he's actually like walking. Maybe he's like actually in real life now.
なあ、あんた悪いけど今は取り込み中です。
But who was the god then? The guy that was like in that like place before? Was that the delusion?
そうです。 取り込んでいるのです。自分がなぜ生きているのかはわかりません。
Okay, yep, makes sense.
どなたかご存知ではないでしょうか。願わくばご教示を賜りたく。
やけに丁寧な酔っ払いだな。
Yeah, Kagaki is always polite. Sometimes.
ああ、こんなのどうでもいい。とにかくお前ら橋のことを忘れる気はねえからな。だから俺たちは
橋とは何ですか。
Bridge.
いや、ほらそこの川に落ちてるだろ。壊されて渡れないんだよ。
Okay.
なるほど。俺はいけません。しかし自分が思うに橋を渡れないならフォークかスプーンを渡れば良いのではないかと。
The fuck you mean, Kagaki? He's so drunk, oh my god. Okay, this is real life. So, I guess like the guy from the before that he thought about God and stuff, maybe that was like actually the Palm Reader. Kagaki was just so drunk that he just attacked him and just like throw him away and stuff. And he just like went his way. I think that's what happened.
相手するなよ。
Yeah.
あの橋はな、俺たちの生活に必要だったんだ。
Take him home. Like, bring him back to Muramasa. He needs sleep.
このままで済ませてたまるか。
Maybe she can hug him. Kagaki needs hug.
弁償ってそんなできないってんなら
フォーク。
Hey, what do you... Okay.
フォーク？お前ら全員追い出すまでだ。
フォークで。
フォークで誰と話してんだよ。っていうか邪魔だからあっち行ってろ、酔っ払い。
He's not even aware that he's drunk. Yeah, this is like the highest state of being drunk.
お前だよ、キョロキョロすんな。
自分は酔っていませんが。
Yeah, sure.
どう見ても酔ってるよ。
なんと自分は酔っていたのですが。
Yep. No shit, Sherlock.
いや、もう少し酔っ払いらしく振る舞った方が良いですね。
You are already behaving in drunken manner. What the fuck do you want to do?
十分だ。
おい、構うなって。
分かってる。いいか、もう一度言っとく。
はい。
お前にじゃねえよ。
だからさ。
分かってる。いいか難民ども、弁償するか出ていくかどっちかだ。
Okay, I think like this will be like another playlist actually. It seems like it might like go a long time. And we are like on 1 hour episode already. It's kind of long.
勝手ばっか言いやがって。俺たちはやってないって言ってるだろ。知るか。どのみちお前らは邪魔なんだよ。なんだと。
争わないでください。
もういいからお前はどっか行け。
Yeah, Kagaki blamed himself for like all the fights and stuff. If one of these guys will die in fight now, like they will just start fighting each other, then Kagaki will just like go into crazy mode and he will be like, if not me, if not Hikaru's song, then he would not die. Kagaki? That's bullshit. But yeah, that's Kagaki doing Kagaki things.
いいえ、争ってはいけません。
Yeah.
悪いのは自分ですから。
See, I just said it. Like he like blamed himself for all the like fights and everything in the whole world because he didn't stop Ginseigo in time. Like every single like small fight, he will just blame himself forever for this. He's so messed up right now. Oh my god. This whole thing just messed him up so much.
は
あなた方が攻め合うべきではない。俺を責めればいい。災いを生んだのは俺だ。俺が悪い。 俺を責めろ。俺を罰しろ。
Yeah.
そうしてくれ。どうそれでもいい。殺してくれて構わぬ。だから。
And he's down. And there's the shattered moon. The night sky spreads above me. Yep. It's vast. But what happened to the moon? Kageaki! Oh, he was like not aware of like what's happening back then. Yeah, he was controlled by Muramasa. He don't remember that. Probably Muramasa never told him about what's happened like in like space and stuff. So he probably have no recollection of this fight whatsoever. Also, it seems like there's like some of the moon still existing, like in the background. You can see that there's like some parts of the moon like in the background. So maybe it shattered only like this half of the moon and the other one is still there. Oh right, Hikaru broke it. Okay, never mind, he knows. I always told her to take better care of her toys. Great, moon is degraded to the toy. And Kageaki went crazy. I roll on the ground, clutching my sides. My belly arches with the force of my laughter. The moon, the moon. Will you look at that? Ah, what a word. Right, Hikaru? Hikaru. Why? Why didn't you break me too? You seem broken enough, Kageaki. Why did you leave me behind? Why? I still wonder why he's alive. Like, how the hell his heart still is alive.
こいつどうする？
どうするって、知るかよ。くそ、なんだかバカバカしくなっちまった。
Okay.
俺もだ。今日は引き上げようぜ。
ああ。
Okay, so they just left him on the ground. When I awakened, two things immediately became clear. The first is that I don't know where I am. The second, my brain has apparently decided to become a percussive instrument. Yep, that's what happened when you wake up after being batshit drunk. And we're going to see this in the next episode. Where the hell he woke up, why he woke up, did they like take him to their like home or something? I don't recognize the background, so this is some new place. I'm really interested. It's really interesting, like I feel like this is on the road. So this is like the demon road or something, like the last road, or maybe like there's like one more. Or I don't know. Like each episode seems like it can be like end. We had already epilogue, so it cannot be long. So after the so we have like basically Conqueror, epilogue, and the demon. So the demon will be like the last road, I think. Because we had already epilogue, we cannot have like another epilogue. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. So, yeah, I guess I will see you in the next episode. So thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching this episode. Let me know in the comments what you think about this episode. Were you like ever drunk like Kageaki? Let me know in the comments, because I've been there. I feel Kageaki. We'll see how he will deal with Aftermath in the next episode. Thank you for watching the episode. Thank you for listening to me. And I will see you in the next one. So once again, thank you, and for now, Pocket Watch is going out.